Out with us tonight. We have an awesome deep dive product training. I am Shantae. I'm Lavelle Senior Manager of Social Media and Marketing, and I am joined today by a group of amazing individuals. We have Jason Jurgensen, our VP of Strategy and Growth, and I'm sure you all know Cliff Gallagher, our VP of Operations and Field, and then Jason Camper, our amazing CEO and founder. We are also joined by two amazing promoters, Maria Dillard and Cheyenne Wilson. So you will hear from all of us this evening. But without further ado, I'm going to kick it over to Cliff and Jason to intro everyone.
Okay, Cliff, I'll start. We have got an amazing lineup tonight. We're going to pair up here, if you will, and talk about different parts of the product, the history, and then we're going to get into a little bit of how to introduce it to customers, things of that nature. So I think you're teed up first, aren't you, Cliff?
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll kind of, set the stage on this. And this is one of those things that is actually come from you all, the field. And I believe this is one of when we were down in Cabo at our CEO mastermind, we learned, as we were kind of going around the table, where do we need more emphasis? What is it that can help you as promoters and customers who might actually be on the line with us tonight as well, too, to learn more about the products that we have the best in the industry on, and what we can do to kind of educate you a little bit deeper on these. And that's like when we heard that, and we heard it from quite a few people, we thought, this would be a great opportunity to bring back what I believe was done in the very beginning, before me, before Jason Jorgensen, before Shantae, when Jason and a few of our two promoters, I think Cheyenne and Maria, who are here, probably heard calls in the very beginning on how everything was designed and put together. And so when we thought about it, we're like, you know what, it's time to kind of go back to the basics and make sure that everybody does understand what the 3 steps are for, where they fill in your nutritional gaps. And then we also have Miss Allison Ruiz on the line as well, too. And Allison is, many of you do not know her, she is a physician assistant. She is a PA in functional medicine. And she can help out as well, too, on these, because it's anybody can just nobody wants to have literally a plethora of pills just sitting around and just to be popping and stuff. That's what we did, and that's what Jason did when he first designed the Thrive Experience, to pull everything together. And so that you're not just constantly trying to take pills all day long. It's getting you what you need immediately, first thing in the morning when you wake up, to fire up, get your body going, get it moving, and then to pull from throughout the day as well, too, so that you're not tied to that. You can go and have a good diet, right? And this is filling those gaps. And I think that's where we're going to try and focus in on a little bit as we go a little deeper dive onto that. So that's kind of setting the stage for what we have. And we're going to start off with, Shantae, I think you and Maria, you've been around here. You've seen millions of lives changed from the Thrive Experience. And for those that are brand new joining onto this call, maybe they're joining just tonight, for an example, they might not yet understand it, right? We've got a lot of information. But when you boil it down to the simplest terms, right, it's 3 simple steps of what we've done, but it's impacted so many people. So I'm going to pass the mic to yourself and let you and Shantae kind of kickstart us just about the Thrive Experience, what you've seen, and where it's changed not only your lives, but your friends' lives, your family's lives, your promoters' lives, and the directionality of what happened from joining on and going towards this.
Yeah, Cliff, thank you. And Mario, I'm going to ask you a question or two, but Lavelle has been going strong for over 10 years. So millions of lives are being changed by these three simple steps, the Thrive Experience. And these products are incredibly made as well with the highest grade ingredients. So you guys are going to learn more about all of this, and we're going back to the basics on everything. But speaking of our core 3 products, Maria, I want to ask you, you've been with Lavelle for quite some time. You've been here since the beginning. Tell us a little bit about your experience with the 3 simple steps, and then any stories that you have that these products have really impacted throughout your journey with Lavelle.
Right, of course. Well, and I actually came in about 18 months after the company had been around. So close to the beginning, but by the time I came onto the scene, there were already thousands and thousands and thousands of stories of what those 3 steps had done for people. I did come when step 3 was involved. I think the company actually originally launched with just the capsules and the lifestyle mix. But the thing is that what I love the most today is that we were able to launch this business with simplicity and stories. You know, we can confidently share it with people. These are vitamins that you can feel. And yes, we can get into all the nitty gritty. And I'm geeking out on this Zoom too. I'm so excited that we're deep diving a little bit more. And I'm hoping that we're going to do this on all of our products eventually. But it's all about the stories and what it does for you. And, you know, 10 years ago, who I was back then is my story is completely different than it is today, but I can count on those products to show up and do for me today what they did for me 10 years ago. So don't get overwhelmed tonight, guys. You can still be ignorance on fire. Your story and the story of others is still your secret sauce to success. People need what we have. Everyone around us is struggling with how they feel every day. I love what Blair Critch mentioned to us at Thrive Palooza. She said she loves asking the question, if you could change anything about your health, your body, or how you feel every day, if you could wave a magic wand and change anything about your health, your body, how you feel every day, what would that be? And guys, that is a question that we need to be asking as we're presenting. So keep it simple. Start with the 3 steps. I still, to this day, that's where I start people. Obviously, we have a plethora of other products, and we have a ton of just lead in products that we can start people with. But I think, I love it. That's the magic question. You know, stick with your story, what you're most passionate about. People are going to buy into that and sense your excitement. And then you can always open the door to so many of our other products that we have on the table for them.
Yes, I love that. Simplicity is key for sure. But I say let's dive deeper. Jason Kemper, are you ready to dive deeper into those 3 steps?
I am ready. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, I want to welcome everybody to the Zoom tonight, especially our customers. I know that we've had customers jump on this Zoom to hear more about the products. And it's kind of funny, like you think that everybody knows about the products and what they do and the 3 steps and how to take them. You know, and we've been in business for almost 12 years now. It's crazy. You think everybody knows what's going on, but then there's a lot of people that aren't in the know, right? And they don't know the details. And so tonight is really a great learning ground for that, for people to really learn kind of more about why Thrive and what we're all about. I'll try to do a real quick summary of just where it all started, why it started, and get into the 3 steps. But Thrive, essentially, the concept of launching Thrive and launching Le-Vel stemmed from frustration. You know, I've been in this business, I've been in the health and wellness sector for over 25 years. And I was frustrated at seeing how a lot of companies approached the health and wellness conversation. You know, they weren't really focused on quality. They weren't really focused on efficacy. They were focused on building the cheapest product possible and having a lot of fancy labels and marketing and, you know, having a high profit margin. That's what they were really focused on. But they couldn't keep a customer at the end of the day. You know, there was no results. There was no validity to the products. And it was just a revolving door. And back then, before I owned my own company, I was, you know, running several companies, president of several companies, and I couldn't get either the owner or like the board to buy into higher quality will actually help us build a bigger business. Like, we can't focus so much on the profit percentage per product. Yes, while that's important, while business does need to stay in business, you know, let's focus on a better quality of product and we'll grow the business by tenfold. And I just couldn't get that kind of Ferrari thought process across the table. You know, it was, well, that sounds great, but no, we don't really need to put that much money into the products. We don't really need that expensive ingredients. We don't really need this or need that. And it just drove frustration. So Thrive really was about doing it the way we felt it should be done and investing in premium grade ingredients and raws that have a lot higher bioavailability, higher nutritional content, products that are actually going to deliver results, products that people can feel. And so that's really where the inception of Le-Vel and Thrive came from. Now, what I love to talk about personally is, what does Thrive do? That's a very broad, open-ended question that a lot of, if you're a promoter on the line, you probably get that question a lot. Or if you're a customer on the line tonight, that was probably one of your first thoughts, or it may still be one of your first thoughts. Like, well, okay, I see all these products, I see this company, I see everybody's excited, I see the stories, but what does it really do, and why do I need Thrive, right? I think those are like very common questions. So what we wanted to do with the product line itself, the Thrive experience, and everything that was going to evolve out over and above the 3 steps, was all based on nutritional flaws and deficiencies. Okay, that is like the core belief of why Thrive. Nutritional deficiencies. We live in a Taco Bell microwave society like never before, and especially 12 years later, right? Like our fields are depleted with nutrients that they once had. We're living in a pesticide environment, antibiotic, hormone environment. Our foods are just not as nutritionally whole and sound as they used to be, period in a statement. And you can spend, 16 hours developing and cooking and shopping for, you can go to Whole Foods, you can prepare the most nutritious meal that you want, and you're still going to be challenged with giving everything the body needs from a nutritional perspective day after day. Okay. And the reality is that a mom, a wife, whoever of your household who's busy, that has kids, that has a job, you're not going to be able to prepare the most nutritious meals humanly possible every meal, every day after day. And so here comes these nutritional flaws and deficiencies that actually compound after time. So like, we're actually living in this monotonous circle where we not only do not have the nutrition that our body should have, but it's actually a net negative compounding situation that actually gets worse and worse and worse, because the problem is not getting addressed from a root cause. And so that is really the purpose of the Thrive experience and the 3 products. It is to fill in nutritional flaws and nutritional deficiencies, and everybody has them. And so it's a shotgun approach. It's saying that with those 3 steps, the capsule, the shake, and the DFT, we're going to have 3 individual formulas that synergistically work together, that deliver high-grade nutrition that likely has never been in people's bodies at that level ever. And if we give the body the nutrition it needs, the body is going to be able to manage weight more effectively. It's going to be able to generate its own internal energy more effectively. You're going to sleep better. You're going to have better digestion. You're going to have better this, better that, because the engine, your body, has the fuel source, the nutrition that it's designed to work off on. So instead of living in that monotonous, nutritionally deprived environment that gets like worse over time, your body gets more stressed over time, you're now more nutrient deficient than you were, you're still dehydrated, instead of that circle, we're taking the body the other way, and it's getting the nutrition it needs. And so that's what Thrive is all about at the end of the day. That's where we come from, and everybody starts on the same 3 products. That's where everybody needs to start. That's the core foundation. And then from that, you can build upon that. You can set up your own customized long-term Thrive experience where you may say to yourself, hey, I've been doing the Thrive experience for 8 weeks now, and I feel like my energy level has gone from a 3 to a 10. I feel like energy is incredible. I feel like my digestive health, while it's made massive strides, like it's probably at a 7. I feel like it went from a 2 to a 7 and I still would like to pick up more digestive benefits. You know, I would like my gut health to go to the next level a little bit more. That's where we have our additional products called Plus Line products, where you may want to bolt on to your 3-product regimen, the Thrive Experience. You may want to bolt on Biotic or Balance, or look at any of our other products, or you may be very focused on your hair, skin, and nail regimen, and you want to look at our collagen-based products. You want to look at our hair, skin, and nail capsule product. And so there's all these products that can help you customize your life, your results, and what you're looking for, over and above the three steps. But the 3 steps is where everybody onboards at, meaning starts. That's where everybody needs to live. That's like as standard as brushing your teeth every day or taking a shower. And that's another question we get. Like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Nutritional flaws, microwave society. Like, yeah, I couldn't agree more on that. Well, how long do I do Thrive for? How long do I need to take it? Well, some things in life you just need to keep doing to keep getting the desired result, such as brushing your teeth, such as using deodorant, such as taking a shower. Like, there's just some things that you have to keep doing in order to keep getting the same consistent result. One other thing I'll talk about real quick, and I'll pass it back. I know we're going to go over some other content tonight, is our 10-day detox. I think of our detox as an oil change. And what I mean by that analogy is you would never just drive your car. Hopefully you wouldn't do this. You would never drive your car year after year after year after year after year and never get an oil change, right? Like, that's very bad for the engine. That's bad for the car. Like, that's bad for the filters. There's just nothing good about that. The 10-day detox is something that I would encourage all Thrivers to incorporate into their regimen, like around every 120 days. You can customize it how it works for you. Some people do it every 90 days. Some people do it every 6 months. Some people do it every 120 days, whatever. But that is a perfect way for you to make sure that you're absorbing nutrition at a cellular level at the highest levels possible. Like, think of that detox as a way to get out all impurities, all heavy metals, all toxins that you're picking up directly from your lifestyle, indirectly from your lifestyle, how you live. And that is blocking, those toxins are blocking your ability to uptake nutrition, to absorb what you're putting in the body. And so I actually like it sometimes, not all the time. And you guys are going to feel, you're going to take this information and incorporate it how you feel necessary. But it's not a bad idea for Thrivers before their 3 steps, if they're really committed to the long-term game plan of Thrive and the Thrive Experience. It's not a bad idea sometimes to start people on the detox and then go through that. They have like a clean slate, boom. You've reset their body, and now you're starting them on the 3 steps. Or what I've always recommended, 99% of the time, somebody is going to try the Thrive Experience, the 3 steps, and they're going to notice it within 20 minutes. They're going to feel it on day 1, excuse me, day 3 to day 10. Somewhere in that first 10 days, they're going to have their aha moment. Like, oh my gosh, I get it. I feel it 99% of the time. However, you have this 1% of the time where somebody says, my gosh, I don't feel anything. And you've verified that they're taking the product exactly how they should be. So there's no user error there. And they're still just not feeling it. And to me, that is an immediate trigger that that person needs to detox at a very high level. Like, they've got some serious gut health issues going on. They've got some serious toxin buildup, heavy metal buildup. Let's pause for a minute. Let's get them started on the detox, and then we'll circle back. But there's so many incredible products. It's hard to answer every question on a one-time deal like tonight. We want to do many of these, and we're going to incorporate many of these into a regular calendar. But the main thing is just to keep connected with the person that got you involved in the company. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep learning about products that you don't know about. I mean, that's what I would encourage everybody to do. You know, we're all living a very fast lifestyle, trying to keep up with our goals, our kids, our spouses, our whatever that's going on in our life. But the one thing that we should never shortchange ourselves on is taking care of ourselves. Like, we've got one body to live in and we've got one life to live it. And I love the question that Maria proposed. You know, if you could wake up, if there's one thing that you could change about how you wake up every morning, what would it be? I mean, you know, we're all looking to feel the best that we can feel, live at the highest level we can live, and enjoy at the highest levels we can enjoy. And so whatever products you need to be, you know, incorporating into your lifestyle to make sure that's happening, take care of yourself, take care of your health. So, but Shantae, I'm going to pass it back to you. I'm obviously going to stay on, but that's the 3 products and a little bit more.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jason. Cliff, I'm going to kick it over to you so we can keep this thing going.
Yeah, and thanks, Shantae, and Jason, thanks for kind of setting the stage, because, you know, the way you designed this, the way this all came together makes perfect sense. And I'm going to pull Allison on here with us because her and I were chatting a little bit earlier before this, and kind of going through, you know, as she works, you know, in the medical world. We're not trying to go down medical claims. That's not what we're doing here tonight. But it's more of like how it kind of actually targets, you know, concerns that people have. And that's when you look at, you know, you look at the 3 steps, you look at the capsules first thing in the morning, you look at what goes into the capsules, right? It's not just the vitamins and minerals that your body's going to be needing, but it's what's in the proprietary blend. And no, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I don't know what is the actual breakdown of those concentrations. That's a very tightly held secret on there. But here's the thing, it's more than just vitamins and minerals. And I think that's where we start with, right? First thing in the morning, empty stomach, boom, you're getting, you know, the highest grade ingredients going right into you. It's the jump start. It's like the jumper cables to get you up and going. And then 30 to 45 minutes later, you're then adding more on to that to really kind of get your body moving, right? We wake you up. Now we're going to get you moving going throughout the day. And then what you put on your DFT, which your body will pull from throughout the day as it needs stuff. No more, no less. But Allison, you know, as you talk, and this is something I really want to get into on some of this here for a little bit, is like you deal with customers. I'm not going to use the P word on that situation, but you deal with people that have different concerns, different issues that this is where Thrive can help them, right? This is where it can, when they ingrain it into their daily lifestyle, they start noticing the differences day 1, day 3, day 5, day 10, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and everything Jason said is why, as I've been in functional med for 18 years, and this is why I've been a Thriver for almost 8 years, because I believe in the product and it does so much. You guys, the question was always also asked, what do I tell patients, or people, I should say, when they ask about the Thrive experience and why I like it so much, or if they're approaching me about it? And the first thing I ask, and this is for everybody, how are you feeling? And this is what I do for my friends and family. How are you feeling? Because you guys, just like Jason said, we all have deficiencies. You know, we're not getting it from the food anymore. We're all eating, or not, I shouldn't say we. A lot of us are eating processed foods. There's malabsorption issues. So we are depleted. So people, and that's what that checklist is. That's where the issues and concerns are. And I'm sure you guys have heard all of it, and you may have felt it. You know, there's sleep issues, there's slow metabolism, there's fatigue, there's headaches, discomforts. So that is your body screaming that, hey, I am depleted. And just like Jason said, with like the same with the car, you wouldn't put a lack of fuel or the wrong fuel in the car, right, in order for it to run. So if you have people that you listen to are having those concerns, you talk to and they're having those concerns, the next thing I ask is, what are you doing? Right? What are you doing? And most of them say nothing, you know, I'm just getting older, or I'm taking other supplements, or I'm trying a diet. And then the next thing that I ask after that is, well, then what is it doing for you? How are you feeling with what you're doing? And 9 times out of 10, what are they going to say? I'm still having concerns. I'm still having issues, right? So that's when the Thrive experience comes into play. That's when I talk about how important this nutrition is. You guys, most people are so ignorant to the fact of how important nutrition is. Every cell in our body needs nutrition in order to function. And unfortunately, because of the lack of, nutrition in the soil, that's where all these issues and concerns are coming from. So the reason why, and this is why I tell patients about the Thrive experience, why it's different, and I'm sure everybody on here wants to know why it's different. There's about 4 or 5 reasons why Thrive is different. The first would be the quality. I have worked in a world where I know very well firsthand that bioavailability and high quality over-the-counter supplements, you guys, many may not know, they're not regulated at all. So they can put whatever or lack thereof in a lot of the over-counter supplements, unfortunately. So the people that are taking those things, trying to help themselves, they're not seeing a difference. Their levels aren't improving, and that they know they want to feel better. They take it for a reason, but they're not feeling better. So we know that Lavelle and Jason Camper and, everybody here made it a point to get the highest nutrition, the best quality nutrition, so we could feel the difference. So that's number one, the absorption, the bioavailability, and the quality of the product. Number 2, you guys, is how easy, and I've seen a lot of people talk about this. Compliance is huge when somebody's trying to improve their concerns. If they're only taking something because they have to take multiple supplements, and they're only taking it 2 days out of the week or 3 days out of the week, they're only going to see a small result, right? So I would assume that most of you guys agree with how easy this product is. Most people, and I know for me, I'm the least compliant person, I take this product every single day. And most people do. 1, because it's easy, and 2, because it works. The next thing that I love about the product and why it makes it so different is the routes of administration. With me being in integrated medicine, I was taking 20 prescription grade supplements. So those are high quality, right? They were the highest quality that you can get. But I wasn't feeling great. That's why I'm a Thriver now. And the reason being, you can only absorb so much orally. So the fact that with this 3-step Thrive experience, that you're only having, with everything that you need, 2 capsules in the morning, then you're doing the liquid form, the lifestyle mix as a shake with all the probiotics, prebiotics to get that gut health, and then transdermal DFT. I mean, how brilliant is that, you guys? Most people aren't aware of this. Anything you put on your skin, you're absorbing within seconds to minutes. So the fact that we have nutrition we're putting on our skin that we're absorbing all day long is another huge reason why this product is so different. And then the fourth difference of why we all see such a difference from other products is the gut health. So yes, every cell needs nutrition, and that's why we have to fill in the nutritional gaps. But you guys, we're finding now with studies that our gut communicates with every part of our body. So if you don't have a healthy gut, especially brain, if you don't have a healthy gut, talk about well-being, you want to make sure you're healing the gut. And guess what's in this product that is helping so many people? Prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes, helping with appetite control. So our cravings are down. So we have a more of an anti-inflammatory diet. So I can go on. I mean, we could be here and my team will tell you for an hour of why this product is so different. But the fact that we are at optimal now with the nutrition, we're healing the gut, our fuel, our car is running at premium. This is why so many transformations are happening with this product.
Awesome. And Allison, yeah, I think you nailed it right then and there. Routes of administration is key, right? We're hitting all 3 different avenues in this situation between a capsule that your body's going to quickly get into its system. Then you're going to hit it again with, a great mixed up, flavorful shake that's got your protein, which is key to anything and everything that you want to do. Yes, fat is where our body stores our energy, but your first absorption, your first thing your body looks for to get energy coming from things is from protein. It's one of those things that you want to make sure you got enough of it. but the gut health. I think a lot of people sometimes forget that, we designed this so that we get your gut right, which it is, there are thousands of studies that are showing that, making sure that the flora and the fauna that are in your intestines in the upper and lower GI tracts contributes to what is going on upstairs just as much as to how your actual body is being healthy. So having all of that is critical. And then the wearable nutrition, being able for your body to absorb it with the DFTs. We've got different ones too, designed to hit different areas so that you can get exactly what you need for that. Cheyenne,
Cliff.
Yes, go ahead, Jason.
I want to jump in for just a second. One, Allison did such a good job there talking about everything, and the one, and you're hitting on it too. I mean, one of the main points that's a passion point of mine is just that brain gut access that so much information is coming out on now, that the way that we feel is actually triggered by our gut. It's not the other way around. And I mean, there's like a lot of things when you look at what's linked to kind of mental illness, mental challenges, mental health, whether it's stressors, whether it's anxiety, whether it's this or that, any of that mental health challenges. There's a lot of studies where they're actually linking it to gut issues and a lot of reflux situations. And so, if there was one thing that I would not be offended about, is if somebody referred to us as the gut health company, because it's just such an important role, and it's something that we spend a lot of time on. And when you look at the probiotics and the lineup of enzymes that are in the capsule step 1 and then the shake step 2, they're completely different microorganisms and strands. And then when you go and you look at our biotic product, which is our probiotic like superhero formula, if you will, that's a completely different lineup as well of healthy bacteria, living bacteria. And for those on the line that really don't know, like the secret sauce, if you will, of probiotics and why they're so important, we all have an ecosystem in our body at all times that is comprised of good, healthy bacteria and then bad bacteria. And if you get an overload of bad bacteria, you can become sick, right? And that's where someone may find themselves in a position of needing like an antibiotic, which I'm not saying antibiotics are bad. There's a time and place for medicine, but antibiotics, they do their job of killing bacteria. Well, an antibiotic is not programmed to only kill bad bacteria. It kills all bacteria. And so if somebody's ever gone through a course of antibiotics, they would find themselves, potentially in a situation of having that good bacteria, which is what controls your gut, thrown off. And so we all have this ecosystem of good bacteria versus bad bacteria. And there is no such scenario where like you're able to consume too much in terms of probiotics and these healthy bacteria strains. And so that's why it's so important. Like step 1, what we're doing there from a gut health perspective. Step 2 with the digestive enzymes and the other probiotics, pre-probiotics. And then I'm a huge fan, believer in our product called Biotic. I believe it's something that everybody should be on. You should take 2 capsules before you go to bed every night. And that type of stuff just does wonders. So you can't speak enough to the importance of gut health and what the Thrive experience does from that perspective. And then one other question, and I want to kick it to Cheyenne for her comments. Another question we get, Cliff, a lot is, do I have to take all 3? And while we're not, going to force anybody to do anything, only taking, say, DFT, for example, would be giving you a third of the results, right? It'd be giving you a third of the experience. And so unless there's like some allergy reason or, some very specific reason that you can't take one of the 3 products, I mean, our belief is everybody needs to be on the 3 products religiously And it's what's led the company to having and seeing all the success that we've seen over all these years. But Cliff, I'm going to throw it back to you, and let's get Cheyenne on here. Cheyenne does a wonderful job building a good business of customers, and I think she's got some, good thoughts on the product line.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cheyenne, you can come off mute on this if you don't mind. And I know you and Jason kind of have something to talk about on this, but I mean, your story is amazing, right? I mean, you sit back and you work with, our largest group of customers by one promoter. You and Monty and Jordan and a couple others are always fighting for that top role. But I mean, that's just for the CAB side. It's truly like you've got a large group of customers, and your story is what gets them sold on that. But I'm gonna let you explain that. I don't want to steal your thunder.
Yeah, no worries. And thanks so much for having me on. And I know Jason and I will go back and forth here in a second, but to really back up what Jason was talking about, and Allison as well, this is synergistically designed to go together. So it is a 3-step system. And one of the analogies that I love to use, it's very simple, but imagine sitting on a 3-legged stool. This is the 3 steps that we have. We've got capsules, lifestyle mix, and DFT. So if you were to take away one of those legs, let's say you decide you don't want to do lifestyle mix, you go to sit down on that stool and it's going to fall over because it is not stable anymore. So it really is designed to go together. And honestly, it comes down to what your goals are in longevity, vitality, energy, weight loss, all of those things. And the 3 simple steps, that says it all. It is as simple as it gets. And it's so funny that Jason said this earlier, because it's written down in my notes, is that, hey, you can go all day long without brushing your teeth, but I don't recommend it. You can go all day long without doing all 3 steps, but I don't recommend it. So Jason, if you want to take over, we can kind of go back and forth with what we talked about earlier.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Cheyenne. So I want everyone to write this down. It's really simple. Overfed, undernourished. And if you stick that out on social media and say, are you overfed and undernourished? If so, direct message me. We have the answer for that here, right? If you think about what overfed and undernourished actually means, it means everything that Allison talked about. It means everything that Jason talked about. It means everything that Cheyenne has and will talk about, everything that Cliff mentioned, everything that Maria. Overfed, undernourished is the new tagline for the US. And it's unfortunate, but it's why Le-Vel is relevant in everyone's life. Everyone needs this. And there's so many opportunities to use that phrase. So write that phrase down and think about that. And every day when you're talking to people, that is something that you can bring up. And Cheyenne, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions because you have built, no pun intended, but a thriving business off of customers. And I know that as we were talking today, you're really close. You probably brought on a couple more since we talked this morning, but you were past 90 then, and this is just in the month of June. And I know that as you share with people, people feel the genuineness. They feel that you really care, that you are a believer in what you take. Take us through the process, Cheyenne, of what you do to maintain and upsell and keep customers.
Okay, well, thank you, Jason. Yeah, it really brings me back to this statement, and this really pertains to anyone in any industry, but especially those of us who are proud to call ourselves thrivers. Know what your customers want most and what your company does best. Focus on where those two meet. So that is what I do every single day. I actually have been thriving now for 9.5 years, and I have, I guess, what do you want to call it? Had a glow up during the process. I am older, but I am so much better. And that is such a wonderful thing. And so my target audience, I got very pinpointed, if you will, on who I really wanted to speak to concerning social media. because I live in the middle of nowhere here in Montana. I'm a 5th-generation cattle rancher. And so when people tell me, well, you can't have success because you're not around a lot of people, I said, watch this, because we have social media at our fingertips, right? And there are a lot of people out there like Allison. When you ask them, well, how are you feeling? When people are completely honest with you, they're not feeling so great. And so at the end of it, I truly believe that vitality is really where it's at. I had the pleasure of turning 50 last summer, and I honestly want to be the 80-year-old who's running marathons. Like, I want to do that. Me before Thrive, I never saw that for myself. So there's a lot of people out there that you're going to encounter as you're out and about being a thriver, just even in social gatherings, whether it's family members, whatever. They may not believe you when you first start talking about this, but it is really about consistency. Consistency when we are sharing about the products, but also consistency in taking the products. I don't wake up every day and kind of pick and plan what I want. I am a 3-step thriver, and I love to enhance my Thrive experience by adding plus line products. I am a huge believer in biotic and balance also. Jason talked about those a little bit. I love the sleep gummies at night because your sleep quality is super, super important too. That goes along with gut health and everything else when it comes to energy levels, vitality, your attitude, just everything. And really coming from a place of gratitude. I want every single person to truly love their life and to want to be the very best version of themselves. So that is what I offer when I'm out and about in social media or out in public with people. It's all about going above and beyond. Right now, my clients, and I call them clients because they're not just a customer to me. When the customer acquisition bonus came out, it really lit a fire under me. I've been helping people for years, right? But what can I do more of, and how can I be better as a promoter offering support to my customers? And that's really where it came to. So I do lovely challenges each month for my customers. And right now we're doing random acts of kindness. You can't believe how small of a gesture you can make to make somebody's life better. And honestly, it could be introducing someone to the Thrive experience. I mean, I know that for a fact. I'm forever grateful for my friend who introduced me to it. But there's so much more than that. It's really about reaching out and really telling people how this product can enhance their lives. And I love to ask them, hey, are you taking vitamins? What kind of supplements are you doing? And when they answer me, I'm like, okay, and how do you feel taking those? And a lot of people will just the line goes blank, or they're like, well, what do you mean? How do I feel? I'm like, well, do you feel them working in your body? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, why are you doing them then? I'm pretty direct. And the truth is I feel those capsules. I pop those capsules every morning and I'm zooming because I'm a thriver. And that's what this is really all about, is putting premium grade nutrition into your body, but also feeling it so that you don't have to guess that $6 a day that you spent is out the window, right? We know this. Up on top of that, our company, who offers people to thrive for free? We do. You don't go to any other company and buy your products and then have the opportunity to share with your friends and family and then earn your products for free. I mean, I paid for my first month of Thrive, but I've been thriving for free ever since. I love to give my credits away though, because a lot of people won't trust me with my first word. So I like to help my newest people with that opportunity that Le-Vel gives us. But I just think it's an amazing opportunity for us to be here and for us to honestly change people's lives and impact families. Because when mama's feeling better, kids are feeling better, dad's feeling better, grandma's feeling better. That is what this is all about. It is truly a movement. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm just blessed to be here. And whatever I can do to share and share and share, that's what I'm going to be doing. So Jason, back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Cheyenne. What do you feel like is maybe one of the most critical things that you do each day to drive your goal of hitting 100 customers, whether that's new customers or whether that's existing customers? What is it what's the do that you're doing?
So I got really aggressive lately about talking about our Refer To program, our affiliate program, whatever you want to call it. The fact is that people are loving this product, and it's really taking people in hand and helping them share with their family, their spouse, their adult children, their neighbors, their coworkers. It's really about creating conversations with them on who do you know? Who can we get to feel as good as you are feeling? That sort of thing. but also keeping those communication lines open. I mentioned earlier the challenges. We have a compliance approved customer group. There's always fun things going on, but the challenges give that sense of community for people, because we are an engaged company where if you purchase from me, you're going to hear from me. I want to know how I can do better as your promoter, on this product to help you experience everything that you want out of this. What can I do more? How can I help you? How can I serve you? It's also asking questions. How are you feeling? Well, I'm doing really great, but I'm still kind of noticing that afternoon, drag. Well, guess what? It could be because they're only 3 weeks in on this product, and really painting the picture that this is a 60-day experience. They want to put those 2 months in, and they really want to make sure they're doing the 3 steps correctly. We talk about water consumption. Like Allison mentioned, we talk about real food, or I call it Franken food, because that's kind of a funny thing that I talk about as a health coach. Like, it's really, really important to give people information and to make sure that they feel seen and heard, so that they feel valuable when it comes to you as their promoter. So it's all about connecting with my people and helping them earn their products for free, Jason.
Okay, awesome. So I know that we want to talk a little bit more about the Pro line, but before I kick it over to Jason and Cliff, I'm just going to tell you my own experience with the Pro line. So through my life, I've never taken creatine because it's always caused me to retain water. And so I just would always feel bloated. And so when the creatine gummies came out, I was kind of like, oh, this will be interesting. And I ended up buying some, and I wanted to try them. So I tried them. And for the first couple days, I didn't notice anything. And then all of a sudden, my wife said something to me. She said, what are you doing different? Because you look leaner. And so then it was game on. And so I started taking 3, 4, 5 of those a day. And I'll tell you what, it's probably one of the very best products, me personally, that I've ever had, especially as I get older. And Jason can talk more about this, because I really want to know what it is that's driving it. But there's something in that product that is a butt kicking product. And it's probably one of the very best protein amino type products that I've ever had. So Jason, tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, the Pro line is new. We released it at Palooza in April of this year, and we've had just a lot of success with it. We've been super busy, and we just have so many things to promote and talk about. We probably haven't talked about it as much as we should have with all the products that come out. But you've got the gummies. I like to call them the creatine and amino gummies, because there's more than just creatine in the gummies, but the creatine is the driver, no doubt about it. You've got Sculpt Pro, which is a powerhouse product altogether. You've got the O2 capsules, which are really about helping an athlete breathe better. I'll use another car analogy. You have all these different modifications that you can do to a vehicle, such as supercharge it or a turbo, things of that nature. That's all about getting forced air into the vehicle, into the engine at a much faster and larger level that creates more horsepower. That's what those O2 capsules do. And then the gummies alone, what I can say about that is just a super high grade creatine monohydrate is the driver for that. And you look at some of these like creatine products over the years, these like bodybuilding type products, and it's what I would consider kind of garbage ingredients, synthetic ingredients, and yeah, that puts a lot of bloat on you. But if you do have a high quality creatine, such as the one that we're using, you actually should notice the opposite. You'll have a look as almost your body's hardening, not bloating, that gives that more defined look. Something else that people should notice on the gummies themselves is creatine does wonders for your cognitive system. You should, be thinking faster. Your head should feel clearer. You should notice an uptick in just your cognitive performance. Creatine is a naturally occurring item. You can find creatine like in trace amounts, like in your beefs, your steaks, things of that nature. It's something that the body responds to very well. And what I would encourage everybody to do is obviously learn about the ProLine in the way that we design the products to work for fitness inspired individuals, helping people perform better, whether that's in yoga, whether that's in the gym, whether that's on a Peloton bike. It's helping people perform better. It's helping people recover better. Like the Pro Shake is so much different than our Step 2 shakes or our Elite shakes. It's designed to help somebody from like a post-workout perspective. When you go through a workout, no matter what it is, if it's a Peloton, say you rode your bike for an hour, say you went to the gym and lifted for an hour, say you were in a yoga class for an hour, whatever strenuous activity that you're doing to the body, you're breaking down the muscle, and the ability that you have to get that muscle to recover at a higher level and a faster level gives you the result you're looking for, right? That's why when people like bodybuilders will work out so much, it's because they're trying to get an intended result. Well, in order to get that result, you've got to have the body and the muscle recover in a proper way. So we break it down to then recover it. Well, you have about an hour window outside of when you get through working out where your body is going to absorb whatever you throw at it at a very high level. And it's going to go almost immediately to the muscles that you just broke down, right? So let's say, just using easy math here. Let's say you had a Peloton, a very aggressive Peloton hour, and your quads, your legs were just fatigued, right? You get off the bike, your legs are like shaking, and whatever you give your body at that moment, like for the next hour, that's the sweet spot. And the Pro Shake in itself is designed to get that recovery going immediately. And so I can't speak enough about that. But here's what I can say about the ProLine too. I don't ever want to run anybody away from trying a product or having them think that the product is not for them because they're not a gym rat, or thinking that, oh my gosh, well, I have to be doing this crazy exercise to really love Sculpt Pro. No, not at all. I mean, you may like Sculpt Pro as your nap in the glass in the afternoon. We have all these products to help enhance energy and focus and stamina. Pure and all these products that we have, you may find that Sculpt Pro that's the product that you like when you need a little bump in terms of energy and stamina throughout the day. Or you may find that, man, you just breathe a lot better. You have all kinds of amazing energy from the O2 capsules as a result of just your body having all this enhanced oxygen, if you will, because you're breathing so much better. You may find results, is what I'm trying to say, with the ProLine, regardless of a athletic activity going on. So don't be diffused away from the ProLine just because you're not in some serious Peloton yoga workout routine. Explore the products, find out what's for you, find out what you like, and go from there. We're going to wrap this up here in a minute. I do have got an exciting announcement to announce to all promoters and customers listening tonight. In an effort to make this Zoom as great as we could make it, and to close out the month of June in flying fashion, you're going to see a promo go out tonight that's from tonight to the end of the month. It's got 2 bundles. It's going to be offering 2 bundles that you can partake in, that you can take from tonight and go get new customers with. This isn't just for everybody that's on this line. This is for everybody in your teams. This is for everybody that's not a customer for you right now. So one of the bundles is a discount on the Thrive experience itself. you can use that from the end of the month to really rack up several customers, get several people to join your team. We also have a pro bundle offer going out. And so this email will have both of these bundles, the Thrive Experience bundle and the Pro line bundle, that you can choose to partake in by the end of the month. And most importantly, if you're a promoter tonight, choose to use that as a way to drum up business and really close out the end of the month. We obviously have the double triples, fast starts going on strong for those promoters. So there's every opportunity in front of you to close out the month of June, to set up for what could be a great July in your business. And like I said, this is one of many calls that we're going to do. We're committed to this type of further education on the product line. And we want to keep these things going month over month and have different topics that we talk about. You know, like next month, we may be dedicated to gut health in itself. And we may just break down the difference of every product that we offer, and, you know, what's the difference between Balance and Biotic, and how do those work differently? And then, you know, what's the difference between Balance and the 10-day detox, because they're both kind of a detox type product. So we're going to keep this train going in terms of product education and delivery. And I can't thank everybody that paneled on tonight. Thank you enough. It was incredible content. Shantae, Jason, Cliff, any closing comments? Allison, Cheyenne, Maria, anybody? Will open it up if there's any closing comments.
I'll go first, just to kind of just do a quick wrap up. This was an amazing thing. And Shantae, if you want to flip us back to gallery view, go for that so that we can see everybody on this one. No, it's about consistency. It's about getting people introduced onto the 3 steps, or if they want to go down the pro line as well too, it doesn't matter on those, but it's getting them introduced into the environment and plugging them in with those people that know how to do this. Just giving someone the product and saying, take this, is really, I mean, that's the easy thing to do. It's the follow-up, and it's making sure that you're connecting with your brand new promoter or connecting with your brand new customer as well, to make sure they're doing it the correct way, making sure they're doing it the consistent way, and then asking them those questions. How you feeling? What's going on? What else can I help you with that once you start feeling well on that? So I'm super excited. I'm super excited to see these bundles go out, and you guys all that take advantage of those to help close June strong.
Cliff, I think that's really good advice. I think the thing that you can do, write down overfed, undernourished, and take that and market it, right? The second thing that I think you need to do is take some of the information that you learned tonight and put it into personal application. What is it that I'm going to do with what I learned tonight? What am I going to do different tomorrow to drive and build my business and to drive and build my health, right? Like you get one body, and you start messing parts of your body up, and you will appreciate that. And so take advantage of the wonderful products that we have here at Le-Vel. Share them with everyone. And most of all, take what you've learned tonight and share it with someone else. Shantae?
Awesome. I just want to thank everyone for being here again. There was so much great stuff. And like Jason said, there's a lot more coming down the road. We're going to dive deeper into these products for you. Cheyenne, Allison, I know you ladies had so much good stuff to say. Is there any last words that you guys would like to say?
I was just going to say quickly, I put it in the chat, but don't forget, you are the CEO of your own business. Run with it. These promos are so amazing. They don't have to do these for us. So run with it and help as many people as you can. Allison?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, we got into this business because we wanted to help people, right? We want to educate them. So I think that's important. And that's why I'm so excited about Zooms like this, is because I think it's imperative, and we don't have to be the expert. Let other people be the expert, but at least if you're knowledgeable, and educate them and just care about them, to show them that we want to help them.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. We will see you on the next Deep Dive Product Training Zoom. Have a good night. Bye.